Dear President Trump, my name is Ryan Anderson, and I am a citizen of the United States, and I currently live on the East Coast. I'm not going to narrow it down. Please excuse my ignorance in this question, but it seems to me that the United States could become more prosperous if we stopped dealing with Europe. If we cut all ties with Europe and maybe switched, for lack of a better term, switched sides and started working with China, Russia. Like, politically, we may not have the same ideals, but financially, it could probably be better for us because Russia and China, like the whole continent of Asia, has way more resources than Europe can provide to anybody. Europe, they don't protect themselves because they have nothing to offer. They need everybody else to protect them because they're just, it's like Europe is the Palestine, the not even Palestine. Europe is the Gaza Strip of the world because it's been such it's been around so long and a hotbed of society that they've basically mined everything. Like there's nothing left. There's no new discoveries in Europe. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years. Everything that could have been discovered has been discovered and used. Their resources are none. But you've got vast spans of land in Russia, in China, in India, in in all of Asia that haven't been touched, that have plenty of resources that you can make a lot of money on. Who knows? Maybe even allying with them could turn North Korea into what it calls itself, a democracy, the Democratic People's Republic. Who knows? Maybe once North Korea starts getting enough money, they'll be like, "Oh shit, maybe what we're doing is wrong." I don't know. If I was president, I'd still keep Australia and the South Pacific and the Philippines and all of Asia as allies, and South America and Canada. But I'd start to kind of distance myself from Europe because Europe just, they don't seem to get it. They don't seem to understand. They call themselves, they're a false democracy. Once it went from individual countries and they became the European Union, which is a reason England left. So I'd probably still, England's got to get its shit together because I don't even trust them now. But the European Union is turning into a socialist, almost communist entity. Soon it will be the EUUR or whatever, and become communist. And then there will be no other countries in Europe. It'll just be the European Communist Union because that's where they're heading. So we could cut Europe out and deal with Africa and Asia and Australia and South America and our neighbors in North America and just not help Europe anymore. Like I said, pardon my ignorance, but what does Europe bring to the table? Why should we stay married to Europe? What is it doing for us? It just seems to be taking and taking and taking and then complaining about how it's not getting enough. I mean, for most people in America, that's grounds for divorce. So maybe we should divorce Europe. I'm tired of hearing about their bullshit and them complaining about us and then like treating their own people like shit and then turning around and go, well, because America did this. No, you're grown adults. You're your own entity. Don't blame us for your actions. It's getting ridiculous and childish, and maybe it's time we divorced Europe. Just saying. I could be wrong. I am ignorant completely with like the whole situation. But just from like an outsider's perspective, why don't we divorce Europe? I would.